Hello everyone and welcome back to ZooCrafting! Oh my goodness, and our little campsite is coming along so well, and I'm still kind of debating if actually putting a fence up on this cliffside was a good thing or not. And you know, that may sound like an odd thing to say because, you know, you want to make sure nobody tumbles off of the cliff, but I can't help but feel it takes away some of the rustic charm, you know, that scent of danger that's mixed in with the pine and mixed in with all of the wonderful mushrooms and the ferns. You just wonder, oh, if I step too close to this cliff, am I going to tumble off on this innocent camping trip? And while I'm sure many of us would like to live on the edge like that, I thought it would be a good idea to put up some of the fence posts here. So the fence posts have been added, and I have been so hard at work. Come on, Tate. Come on, Lily. We need to show off what we have been doing since the last time you guys have been here. I am really starting to feel the flow and the fire of working in a beautiful Minecraftian world once more. And our zoo crafting world, oh, I could just roll around in these plants and all of these wonderful blueberries all day. Yes, Tate, that's right. Tate, please don't. You just proved that my fence isn't very well put together, but I did add a fence over here as well because I wanted to make sure that I didn't tumble off. This is one spot where I kept walking up to the edge and like almost falling off all of the time. Thankfully, that's not happening so much anymore because I put up some more of these little fence pieces. Tate, for crying out loud. I was so proud about the safety efforts I have made, and then of course he has to go and like walk on the one spot I didn't put a fence post. Ooh, and some blackberries. Oh, Lily, you walked on my blackberries. Oh, Lily, Tate, oh my gosh. You too. Okay, fine. I will get some more wood. I ran out of wood. I will get more wood and I will make more fence posts because apparently it's not puppy safe. So I definitely need to make it a little bit safer for my puppies. I think I lost, where did I put that other axe I had? Let me see. I put the stone. Oh, I used it up. I totally used up that axe. Now I remember. We made that axe so that I could make a whole bunch of the fence posts. And then I immediately destroyed the axe by making, let's see. I need to totally flip where those are. Let's see, we'll put those there. There we go. Let's make just a couple of these wood axes really quickly so that I can take them over and we can keep them by my little carpentry station. And then we can come back over here with the oak wood. And as you can see, I have many ladders. That is so we can go down into the ravine today. That's my big goal of what to do today. As soon as I can make sure that my puppies are going to be safe. So give me just a second on that. And oh my goodness, the birds are so loud today. Oh, there's so many more birds that are starting to show up around our camp now that we have really settled in and we've shown that the area is safe. And I could have sworn, aha, that's how it was supposed to work. All right, so now I've got more of these oak wood posts and I can go ahead and come on over and I'm going to swap them into this kind of fencing. So let me go ahead and exchange as many as I can. There we go. And now I've got some more fencing. So if I need to block stuff off, we can now do that. Okay, Lily. Tate, are you still... Tate! He's still on the other side. Okay, let me grab Tate really quickly. Because just as I was trying to show off how I made this super duper safe, of course you... Tate, I'll give you a fish if you come here, boy. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. This is ridiculous. This is so silly. Tate, come here. Come here. All right, in the safari net, there we go. All right. And then I'm going to go ahead and add in another fence post right over here. And now it should be puppy safe. Wonderful. Okay, Tate, come over here. You silly boy, trying to run off like that. Let me go ahead and feed you a fish really quickly. And then last time, you guys, we also ran into this mystery egg. And I promise you guys, I am taking very good care of it. I am keeping it with me all of the time so that it can be warm and against my body. So that way it won't freeze. And I thought about leaving it in that empty nest that we found. But I think I'm going to carry it around until we can make an egg sorter and figure out what kind of egg I managed to find here in the wild. I am responsible, after all, for the tree that the egg was in the nest of being destroyed because I didn't know that there was a teeny tiny little egg in there, and then I just destroyed the tree. But the good news is we have a path now. If you guys remember, this path over by a little carpentry station at the campsite didn't used to be here. So I came in and I replanted a whole bunch of trees because I cleared out so many, and I put down another path so that we actually know. Ooh, that's a dandelion. That's so pretty. Oh, I love it. Oh, I just can't wait. Oh, just imagine there's probably going to be tons of spots where we can gather up so many wildflowers soon. That's so exciting. Speaking of wild things, pardon me, Tate. You can see there's just a one block deep little path that I thought would be really good. Look, you can see a squirrel. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Look at him hiding in that tree. Oh, that's adorable. And that's a really big tree. I grew that tree to replace the trees that I cut down. I'm going to have to clear it. There we go. That's better. And there's another squirrel over there. There's so many squirrels starting to show up. Tate, you're not a squirrel. Tate, you shouldn't be up in there. You were such a goose. Oh my gosh. But down here, the path continues on and it passes up where these wild onions are. So let me go ahead and gather up these onions really quickly. I'm going to take home, or I'm going to take back to the campsite. Is that tea? Oh my gosh, it's more raw tea leaves. Yes. Oh, I almost destroyed that poor little patch of wild onions. I've got to be a little bit more careful about that. But these raw tea leaves, I can make actual tea now. Or maybe I should turn the raw tea leaves into a tea bush. Is that how this works? How do I turn them into a tea bush? So that, oh, if I have 2 tea, I can make them into tea leaves. And tea leaves can become tea seeds. And tea seeds can become a tea plant. And then I could have tea at my campsite. Oh, that would be wonderful. I survive on tea. I drink so much tea every day. That would make me so happy. Oh, look, and we got more seeds in order to spread the wild onion crops around. I wonder if I should do that really quickly. Let me see. Do I have a hoe? I do not have a hoe. So we'll have to save these wild onion seeds and replant them. Maybe I should plant them over by the ranger station because we also have these tarragon seeds and now we have the raw leaves and the carrot seeds. So I could show you guys how the ranger station is coming along and we could try planting an herb garden over there because I've been wanting to do that for quite a while. All right. And let's see. I still have the wild rice. So I could also spread the wild rice over by the ranger station too. And gotta take good care of my little unidentified egg. It's a little, I wanted to call it like a UFO, but that doesn't really work. Let's see. Unidentified flying object. Unidentified future flying object. A UFFO. Does that work? Because it's gonna be a bird and maybe it'll fly unless it's like a penguin egg. All right. Anyway, here's our little path. It continues all the way down to where we have our tiny little, oh my gosh, was that a crow? That was really loud. And then we have our tiny little wild rice patch, which apparently has what appears to be a mouse, or we could say a muskrat, which apparently love wild rice and feast upon it and its stems quite actively. Muskrats use wild rice in order to make a lot of their materials they use for their dens. They make homes in it. They're really popular habitats with all sorts of different creatures. The more I looked up about wild rice just on impulse, I was like, hey, let's see what wild rice has to teach me. The more I learned. So we've actually put up a couple signs. Hem. Wild rice grows in shallow water with stable water levels. Wild rice beds grow abundant in Minnesota. And that sounds really boring, like a travel monologue, but it actually was super fascinating. I found out that these wild rice beds, oh my gosh, Lily, okay, quick. Oh, Lily, come this way. It's really rude to feed you duck right in front of a duck. All right. Okay, hang on, Lily. Okay. All right, there you go. All right, you two, sit. Oh, I'm going to have to start getting you guys some food pretty soon. So that's going to be a little awkward because I'm running low on duck and there is a duck. But I learned that wild rice fields are actually amazing habitat spots. You may be going, oh, there's another squirrel. You may be going, Seri, why do I care about wild rice? Well, because there's so many bird species. It was so much fun. I was reading some firsthand accounts of people who study different bird species, and they were in the wild rice beds of Minnesota. And apparently Minnesota has a lot of lakes where the water level is only about 1 to 2 feet deep, which is about, like half a yard to a yard for those of you who do the metric system. And the water levels have to remain pretty stable for the wild rice. They can't fluctuate randomly and the water can't move too fast or too slow. But Minnesota has the most wild rice beds out of anywhere of the United States. And why does that matter? Because it's full of ducks. It's full of ducks. It's full of crows. It's full of all sorts of different birds. There were dozens of different bird species listed because these wild rice stems will produce so much food for the animals to eat. I'm so used to thinking of rice in those like really tidy little paddy fields that you see pictures of from Asia all the time. But in the wild rice fields of Minnesota, they kind of just look like overgrown grass, which is what they are, all over a lake. And it almost looks more like the prairies I'm familiar with around Missouri than just a gigantic lake full of rice. It looks a lot like the Kansas prairies is what I'm saying. But it's not, because if you walked into that prairie, you're going to end up in like 3 feet of water. So that's what the wild rice fields look like. And they just provide so much food for all sorts of migratory birds. They provide so much food for those marmosets I was talking about earlier. And they provide food for people. People have to go and get permits to collect wild rice. Did you know that? I didn't know that. I knew you had to have permits for hunting and fishing, but you have to have permits for collecting wild ginger and wild rice in most of the US states too, because we have native populations of both. And I thought that was really cool. But the wild rice will provide tons of habitat, food, delicious stuff for tons and tons of animals. And I always get excited about those things because I love the idea of just this gigantic flock of birds coming down from the sky. Oh my gosh, squirrel, you scared me. Coming down from the sky and landing in the wild rice bed and just eating off of all the seeds. And anywhere you can find tons and tons of animals like that is just a really fun place to learn about, because if you ever have the chance just to kind of like pull over off the side of the road and see a big wild rice bed like this, maybe if you're in Minnesota, you could take out like some birding binoculars and who knows what you might see. So clearly I'm a little bird biased, as you can tell by my gentle caretaking of the UFFO that I have here, unidentified future flying object. But let's come over to the duck now that I have shown you guys. Hello, Mr. Duck. May I have more wild rice, please? Is it too late for this nonsense? Are you not going to give me any more? He may not give me any more wild rice right now. That's okay. And then this one says, wild rice provide habitat for huge numbers of wild birds. Dozens of species feast on the rice. And not just species of birds. Also, do I have my glowing stumps? I sure do. I should probably put my armor on and get my sword just in case. This is a very dangerous wild forest after all. Oh, jeez, little mouse. A very dangerous wild forest, and then I leap out of my skin over a little teensy mouse like that. That's so silly. All right, and then let me go ahead and put this glowing stump down. Ooh, walnuts. Delicious, delicious wild walnuts. Maybe I can make some like camp pan bread, a banana bread or something like that. Ooh, and there's some fossils on that wall. I'll have to look over and see what that is in a little bit. All right, man, these glowing stumps that Keeper Caitlin gave me, or Keeper Ashlyn, why did I say Caitlin, they're actually very, very useful. All right. So now that I've bored you guys to death about wild rice, but I have to admit it's very, very pretty, and I'm just very, very excited because they attract so many native bird species. What if we end up getting herons? That would be so cool. Any more? Wild rice! Yes! Thank you, little Duck Duck. I can't wait to bring you Duck Duck friends and then convince him to teach the Duck Duck friends the way of collecting the wild rice so that hopefully the ducks will spread the wild rice up to the lake by the ranger station. And speaking of the ranger station, let's head up over there and I will show you guys the path. Let's go sleep first. And also, Tate, Lily is just like pushing you. She's like, okay, Tate, it's time for us to go back to the campsite. I heard Mom. We're reporting to the campsite. Lily is such a strict girl that way. All right, so let's go ahead and wiggle up to the campsite. I like this path. It's very slim because it's only one deep. Geez, those birds are really happy. Oh, look, it's a cardinal. Oh, that's so cool. I can't wait till the cardinals start showing up here in Michigan again. Still a little bit dark, still a little bit snowy. Not here, though. Here, it's perfect camping weather year-round. All right, let's go ahead and crawl into our camp bed. And then I didn't get to show you yesterday because of finding my egg and getting very distracted, how we have expanded the path. So let me make sure I am ready to go. I think I'm going to go ahead and turn in some of these things. And maybe I should make some soup. I have tons of baked beans and I have some spring onions of friendship soup already. So maybe I'm okay. And I have a few wild blackberries that I picked that I can eat. So I think I'm okay. Maybe I'll pick a few more. I'm going to pick a few more blackberries and blueberries for the road as my little bit of breakfast. Oh my gosh, the birds are so happy today. I love hearing all of the wild birds just singing away. And I'm glad to know that this is... Tate! Just as I was about to say, I'm glad to know this spot is dog safe now. Well, now I feel a little bit better. Okay, he shouldn't be able to get to it quite as easily this time. I have somewhat made it even more secure for my dogs. Also, I should probably remove this grass. There we go. And we'll see... Ooh, dandelions. Yeah, no, unfortunately, no seeds that I can add to our, oops, needing my blueberry. No seeds that I really want to take down. I guess I could take these carrot seeds down, why not? To the, and I think I need to make a little hoe. And you know what? I'm just going to take all of this wood down because I think I can use this wood down at the ranger station. All right, so you guys ready for this? This is the brand new path from, we need to name this campsite actually, don't we? Campsite A sounds kind of boring, but that also sounds like what you would find in a real park. So this is a temporarily named Campsite A. Ooh, or maybe I could name it after this gorgeous appetite. That is a king orchid clinging to the side of this tree. It is beautiful. I love orchids. We should have an orchid garden one day, Lily. Maybe I should name it Campsite Orchid? Or Plum? Because there's a lot of plums and violets up here. We'll have to think about it. But the path now leads down from the campsite all the way over to where we started this path a while ago. And then keeps going. Dun 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 dun. Dun, dun. Oh, squirrels! And I forgot to mention, there's a whole bunch of squirrels that just keep clinging to these sideboards. I don't know why they're very happy to be here, but they're just sitting on the fence post all the time, and I thought that was adorable. Do I have any plants I could decorate this area with? I feel like I removed a lot of the plants. There's the raw tea leaves. Do I have any other raw tea leaves hiding anywhere? There they are! I can make the tea plants now! Is that a third squirrel? Oh my gosh, I don't know why the squirrels are hanging out here. But I feel like I need to put down like some sort of special plant. Look, there's some king orchids in here. Okay, I have some hay-scented ferns. That's about all I've got other than some fragrant ferns. So I'll add in some ferns, like a couple right here. And then I'll just add in, there you go guys, just trying, there's just a squirrel triplet group. They kind of remind me of the chipmunks right now. I almost expect them to like break into song for some reason, but that's what the birds are doing. All right, so anyway, the path leads down here past this beautiful, beautiful bit of ivy. I think I should actually go ahead and use the shears that we were sent and collect up some of these pieces of these vines because we can encourage these vines to grow elsewhere. And they really are quite lovely, and I think they would look very, very good growing wild around more of our park, and they definitely will continue to grow down too. So I mean, they're just so pretty. All right, so I'm gonna grab these. Nice, nice. A couple more, I think. There we go. And now we have some Japanese ivy. There's another squirrel, and look, there's an apple right there too. Oh, that makes me so happy. And some Swedish ivy that we can decorate with now. All right, I'm gonna put this fragrant fern away. So I might sprinkle some of these ivies down as we go, because I think that they make very good decoration, and they'll grow. And as they grow, they'll leave behind quite a few lovely little trails. There we go. And then, ooh, look at that, like right here. What do you guys think about that? That'll kind of help cover up this area, and I think that'll make it look quite nice. Can I reach that? There's that one. And that one. Nice. I like it. And we've got apples. Look, we've got some birds. Oh my gosh, they're so beautiful. I mean, obviously they're birds, but they're on a nest and everything. Oh, that's so lovely. Look at this. And now people can come and they can pick apples. And then there's maples right there. And then there's some wild plums right there. I remember when we planted that apple tree with the apple that fell from the tree that we cleared here. This is the music tree. So it does seem like these music trees do attract the birds. So that makes me super happy too. Oh my goodness. All right, so we're going to continue on. I've got some invasive rubber trees that I'm going to need to remove. We've also got a lot of these little berry gardens starting to spread around the place. I really do love the berry gardens. We have like a couple cows. I do need to make a cow corral and start corralling the cows out of the forest pretty soon. And our beautiful path, I love this. The bridge is so awesome. It has this amazing cavern. We are going to be exploring down there very soon, especially now that I need an egg sorter so I can take better care of my little egg. Very excited to see what my egg turns into. Very excited to see that this appears to be dog safe as well. So my puppies are quite safe here. Wonderful, wonderful. And then as you can see, the path continues towards the new ranger station, formerly an abandoned archaeology academy. And then over here, I kind of made a little indent where I want to start digging straight down. So what we're going to do is we're going to make like a tiny little cabin outpost looking thing. And we're going to put some doors on the front and just give it a cute little roof. And then you walk in and it's going going to have a straight down spot that you can just climb down the ladder all the way into the chasm at. Because instead of doing like a zigzag pattern, instead of doing stairs, instead of doing all those fancy things like slopes, we're just going to have a ladder. It's going to go straight down. You climb down it and you will reach what will be a little mining room. And then you can prep yourself for mining and then head into the cavern. So I'm pretty excited about that. All right, and see how beautiful. Oh my gosh, and the leaves just flying. Oh, and the butterflies flying in the wind. Oh, this is so pretty. I love being here. This is just such a lovely place. All right, I'm gonna spread the Swedish ivy just a little bit. Can I reach the spot? There we go. Spread the ivy. We've got some pine trees over here. We've got a lovely little spot with Japanese ivy. And then as you can see, the path continues on. And this is where I accidentally messed up with Tree Capitator. So there's a big empty field now. I am so sorry, Forest. I am trying to protect you and instead I just keep knocking it down. But this is where I'm thinking we may try to turn my mistake into a good thing by starting the cow corral. We'll start corralling the cows maybe over here, or maybe we'll start corralling the cows more, I was thinking like about there along the side of this little lake. This is the lake that I actually want to start bringing the wild rice to. I want to put some of the willows over here. It looks like I have some more walnuts that I could collect over there too. It looks like that walnut tree and that spruce tree have grown together. That's really cool. I love when that kind of random stuff happens in nature. And then what's up there? I see a rubber tree with some reeds and it looks like some appetite mushrooms. My favorite. And then yeah, I was thinking of surrounding this area a little bit with some willow trees, but maybe we won't do that at all. And we'll just focus on adding in tons and tons and tons of wild rice by bringing over a duck. There's the duck already hanging out over here, by bringing over the ducks that we have bred up back at home and releasing them here to frolic in the lake and hopefully be safe and happy and live fulfilling little lives here. And ooh, what's that? I could have sworn. What is this? Interesting. I thought I saw something coming out of the sand, and there are clams that you can find in the sand. So we'll have to look into this, and it looks like there's a little bit of clay. So clay and sand. Clams! There's clams here! Look at that! There's actually clams in our lake! I love this! We've been past this lake multiple times and I've never seen that. This is so exciting. This is why I love exploring. Lily, Tate, we'll do some lake exploring and some lake fishing soon. But first I need to take care of my egg. Alright, so let's see. First things first, and I need tea. I definitely need tea. So I'm gonna put down some of the Swedish ivy. Oh, and then I also, there's a panda. Okay. I need to remove, see, this is the flip side of what we're doing with our zoo, where we are breeding animals at our zoo to release in the wild, and occasionally there's a misplaced wild animal that we need to remove from an inappropriate habitat and put into a better habitat. So that panda may end up coming and joining us at our zoo. I have a feeling that's what we're going to be doing with it. Oh my goodness, I can't believe there's a panda in my temperate forest, along with a bazillion cows. We'll take care of it. Don't worry, guys. But I did try to make this look a little bit nicer. I spent quite a while actually sprucing up the edges very carefully here so that we have a nice little carpenter's edge slope stairway turned upside down, covered in oak wood. That's what happened to all of the wood that was over here. I'm so sorry, trees. It wasn't on purpose. And I did go ahead and swap out the little line of ancient wood that was on the top with some posts to try to make it a little bit safer so that way the dogs wouldn't just walk straight off the top of the roof. But I don't think that the ancient wood and the oak wood blends that nicely, so the whole place still kind of looks like a little bit of a mess, and I still have a few patches where I need to fill it in and clear away the cobwebs, but it's coming along, and I think it'll actually be really fun to see how this place changes as time goes on. So now we're adding in some of the ivy. I need to get a hoe and till up some of the ground and get a little garden going. It looks like there's a whole bunch of gourd gardens popping up out of the ground. And what are these? These are really pretty. I actually really love this. Australian bilge. All right, I'm gonna actually move this right here because, oh, it's just tiny now. It has to grow all over again. Look, it matches the sunset. I'm telling you guys, this is a beautiful, beautiful place. I am so in love with this. All right, so I do want to get just even a tiny, tiny bit of the work I was talking about done. So let's go ahead and see if we can at least plant the tea. And let's go inside. Okay, nothing jumping out at me this time. And we can come on over. Did you two just walk through the window? I probably want to make some glass panes pretty soon because I don't want things just randomly walking in the window at me. I already had an Enderman scare me to death earlier while I was on top of the roof here. Alright, and we're going to put some of these things away so that I know that there's a safe spot to collect up a whole bunch of these different wood pieces here in the academy. And I keep thinking I hear walking behind me, and that's a little bit scary, but I think it's just the cow on the roof. Alright, so let's see. Next up, I need to make a little hoe. I really wish I could make a bed about now. I just realized that I'm kind of stuck here without a bed. Oh, wait, no, what am I talking about? There's beds upstairs. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and sleep upstairs really quickly. And remove the cobwebs as we go. Is this safe? No, it's not. Alright, I need to bring in some wood so I can fill the gaps in the floor and make it safe for myself and the dogs to snooze in. But I totally forgot we were setting up these bunk beds here. They're adorable and they're safe and I can rest here without dying, which is really, really nice. All right, wonderful, much better. Talk about getting a good night's sleep, even if I do have a bunch of holes in the walls that I need to fill up. All right, let's work our way down here. Almost there. On Pum. All right. There we go. And now I'll just go ahead and put the string away. And let's figure out what I can plant. So I've got tarragon seeds, onion seeds, wild rice that I can put next to the lake, carrot seeds, because why not? I've got some raw tea seeds. And then I've also got some saffron bulbs and potato seeds and wheat seeds, which I guess isn't going to hurt anything, and onion seeds. So we just have a fun little mishmash mix. There we go. Of different plants that we can try putting down. And then let's see, I need to put away some of these things. I have a whole mushroom. Okay, I'm gonna eat this blueberry. There we go. And now I've got a little more room, and I have a water bucket. Always useful to have a water bucket for starting a garden. Some people may say it's useful to have a water bucket so that you can prevent forest fires. Well, you know what? Starting a garden is a noble thing to do. All right, so let's see. That's a floating skeleton right there between the panda and the cow. That's not something you see every day. Not gonna worry about that. As long as he doesn't shoot me from behind right now, I'm just not gonna worry about that right now. All right, so let me go ahead and clear this out. I think we'll just leave this birchwood tree exactly where it is. And actually, I guess I've got too many things on me, so let's put these empty jars away, except for one, just in case. I'm keeping an eye out for you, butterflies. And Lily and Tate are on to that skeleton. They just don't know if they should attack it yet, so we'll have to see. But I'm gonna come over here, and we are going to go ahead and put the water under this tree. Very lovely tree. I'm going to move the king orchid up so that it's not in the way. There we go. And then we can get a little garden started. I have no idea exactly what we're going to plant over here, but we'll just put down whatever plants seem right, like the onion seeds and the tarragon seeds. No idea what that's going to grow into. And we can tuck the saffron bulb back there. And then let's just clear these pieces away. Aha! And then we got more tarragon seeds. And then I can just go ahead and make myself a nice little garden. And let's see, raw tea leaves turned into tea leaf, turned into 2 tea seeds. I have tea! Oh, I'm so happy. All right, tea bushes, down you go. Oh, that's gonna be awesome. And then let's see, we'll clear out a few more of these patches of grass. Nice. And then now I have my shears, so I can gently collect up these leaves instead of destroying all these leaf piles, which may be used elsewhere now. All right, watch out, Lily. We've almost got this herb garden finally started. I've been wanting to do this for quite a while for the ranger station. So let's go ahead, clear that out. Watch out, Lily. I know, we're gonna do some exploring pretty soon. She's so impatient. All right, onion seeds, carrot seeds, potato seeds. Let's see, seeds. And I think those are all the seeds I have right now. So we'll go ahead and add in like a couple patches of wheat. We'll add in the big onions. we'll add in the carrot seeds, and we'll add in the potato seeds, and then all of the water should be spreading to it pretty soon. And as we clear away some of this grass and we end up finding more seeds, then we can just come and add them to the little herb garden that we have. Let me go ahead and refill the bucket really quickly. Dun dun dun! And I can't believe there's clams in our lake. I am gonna have to do some investigating to see what kind of clams they are, and let's see what we can do with them. Watch out, Lily girl. All right, I know you're worried about everything, but it's gonna be okay. All right, we'll go ahead and put that down. So we have a little bit more water to take care of our little herb garden. And there we go. So now I think I should probably go ahead and add like a little fence or something to make it more official. But now we have a very nice little herb garden that will sit right outside of our ranger station. And it's totally just a silly little mess right now. But we can go around, we can collect up some of those berry piles. You scared me, Panda. I thought there was like a grizzly bear behind me with that roar. We can collect up some of the little berry gardens and line the area with berry gardens and some of the bigger bushes, and maybe get some hedges up around the side of it. And we can make another little path to come down to it and put some fencing around it. So it'll just be a good spot to have some random gardening things going on. So, all right, now that that is done, then next time we will go ahead and we will start in on exploring the ravine. I'm very, very, very excited to explore the ravine. I have no idea what kind of materials we may bring back. I definitely need to make sure I have room in my backpack. And then once we do that, we can go ahead and start working on corralling up the cows. We can see if any of the park rangers that I sent out job notices for have started to show up at, hello cow, corralling the cows indeed. We can see if the park rangers start showing up at this academy, and if they do, I have a feeling they'll probably have a lot of different research things that they'll want me to do around here in exchange for helping me start to rewild this area and really introduce a lot of new species into it. So, all right, gonna feed Lily, gonna feed Tate, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.